Hello and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 14th of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please also click or tap on the bell notification alert. This week sees the Sun and Mars continuing their journey through the sign of Libra. Libra is cardinal, so it's powerful, but it does seek to achieve its goals through good communication, negotiation, and collaboration. Last week's full moon in Aries is still very much to the fore this week, however, and that embraced the powerful influence of Pluto. If a relationship does feel a bit stuck because someone isn't being very cooperative, this can really be quite a touch and go moment, particularly in the first half of this week, as the Sun continues to square up to the power of Pluto. But Mercury is forging an awesome angle to Neptune, and Mercury and Venus are in the deep and passionate sign of Scorpio. And this angle between Mercury and Neptune in the first half of this week asks us to use analysis, Mercury and Scorpio, along with our sixth sense and our perceptions of Neptune in Pisces. And they're combining superbly well. So seeing beneath the surface of what seems obvious can be very valuable. And then in the second half of this week, Mercury forges a very penetrating angle with Pluto itself. And this really can help us to get to the nitty-gritty of what's essential. Now, Venus is going to forge a stabilising link to Saturn later in this week. So if there is a tie that we can really relate to and feel secure around, that can get stronger. But then Venus goes on to forge a quite beautiful angle to Neptune. If you do meet someone for the first time, this is quite an auspicious connection. Can it, in some situations, point even to true love? So if you're fortunate enough to have a date with someone that you really click with at the very end of this week, it could prove to be truly significant. But Mars in Libra continues in the first half of this week to be in that obtuse angle to Uranus. And Uranus is in the part of the overall horoscope to do with our values and our resources and money. So if there is some talking to be done about who does tend to get their way in relationships, it's possible that some of this could be linked to differences in core values or down to just dirty money. So if there is some talking to do, I think using the energy of Venus and Mercury, which are more penetrating, can be a real asset to us all. Your specific forecast, Aries, suggests that someone could hugely frustrate you this week if you let them. I think the smartest way to approach this week's influences is to remember that that full moon of last week in your sign has unsettled you a little bit about what you want, perhaps on one key relationship. But you could really focus on this to such a degree that it takes you away from the big picture. The big picture, especially if you're shrewd, is actually shaping up very positively for you. It's just that I feel in the short term, someone's attitude or blocking or not really seeing where you're trying to go or even how you're trying to help them is the thing that could really be quite difficult to take. But as this week goes on, the more you can tune in and the more you can sense what's really right for you at a deep level, the more productive this week can become. And actually, even in a business or financial scenario, Venus's angle to Saturn towards the end of this week really could be a breakthrough moment. So if you do encounter some initial resistance, I think the best way to view that is just that there will be some bumps in the road. It won't be a perfect process, but remain focused on your long-term goal and ambitions and try to be as diplomatic and collaborative as possible in order to get to that end point. If you'd like to know what year 2020 would hold for you as an individual, based on your time, date and place of birth, you can order your year's forecast and get the rest of this year free by clicking the link beneath this video and get 30% off. But for now, it's been a pleasure being with you. Good luck and goodbye.